This episode of Commish Chat is brought to you by Napper, the official ball and equipment sponsor of the National Ball Hockey League. Whether you're ripping clappers from the blue line or dangling through defenders, Napper has the sticks, gloves, and protective gear to take your game to the next level. Designed for ball hockey players by ball hockey players, Napper delivers unmatched durability, performance, and style on the court. Don't settle for less. Gear up with Napper and own the game. Visit napper.com to check out their latest lineups. Now, back to the show.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the NBHL Commish Chat Podcast. I'm NBHL Commissioner Anthony Sanrocco, joined by TJ Janus and Gianni Sanrocco. And a special guest to this podcast, we have former pro ice hockey player, U.S. Women's National Team gold medalist, three-time Women's National Team player, the second overall pick in our Women's Elite Draft to the Orcas, and our new Women's League Commissioner, Colleen Murphy. What's up, Murph? Welcome.
What's up, guys?
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Super excited to be
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's hard to ignore that we just had 30 minutes of conversation before this and doing a welcome here, but
here. I'm here. I've been here.
But yeah, it's unfortunate we couldn't get you in the studio. If only you were willing to drive 8 hours for this, but it doesn't make any sense for anyone.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, this episode, we're going to take you into Elite. We're going to talk through, Murph's background and then getting into how Elite came to be and just some things we're planning to do, a little bit of a preview on some of the teams and get right into it here. Murph, how did you start playing hockey? Not just ball hockey, just in general.
Yeah, so I am from North Carolina. That's where I live now. And I started playing in North Carolina when I was about 7 or 8 years old. I started in roller hockey. So I was a roller hockey kid, started with that, got into the league. Literally, the rink I grew up playing in is 2 minutes from my house where I am now. And it's the same rink that I started with. Now has ball hockey, which I never knew about as a kid or even growing up. So we switched over to ice hockey and started playing ice hockey from then on out. Played with the guys. My first ever all-girls team was when I was 14.
Damn.
And I made a couple developed USA Hockey National camps. And they were like, you may have a shot at playing in college, but you need to get out of North Carolina to be seen. So I ended up going to Vermont for a hockey-specific prep school. Played up there for 4 years, got a scholarship, and played Division I at Northeastern. So did that for 4 years. Decided to come back to North Carolina, and I actually took a year off of hockey. So I just kind of played for fun, started working. Then I heard about at the time it was called the National Women's Hockey League, which is the first pro women's ice hockey league. Played 4 years pro, kind of bounced around there with 3 different teams, all while living in North Carolina. So I never actually moved up to where the team was. So for example, in my first year I played in Buffalo with the Buttes. I flew back and forth because I'm a Southern girl. I don't live up in the cold. The furthest north I went was Boston, and I'm not going any further. So did the same thing when I played in Connecticut, did the same thing when I played in New Jersey for the Riveters. And then basically when I was in North Carolina and my good friend that I played ice hockey with, she randomly reached out to me back in 2018, and was like, hey, have you ever heard of ball hockey? I'm like, street hockey. She's like, no, ball hockey. You play in a rink, you run. And first thing any ice hockey player hears, run. Automatically, no. Every single ice hockey player, and I know this because I talked to all the ice hockey players trying to get them to play ball hockey. They're like, run. We play ice hockey for a reason. We skate. I'm like, no, she's like, no, it's different. Like, it's fun. It's challenging. And I'm like, all right. I want to do something different. Like, fine. So she's like, oh, let's go to Russia for it.
What?
And I'm like,
it's a good start.
Okay. So I'm like, all right, you know what? So we did this tournament in Russia in 2018. I want to say, 2018. And from there, I loved it. I mean, came back from Russia, thankfully.
So your first ball hockey experience was in Russia?
What?
Yes, I did one pickup game at the Apex, North Carolina rink because found out I Googled, I'm like, where is there ball hockey? How do I even try to play this sport? Found out it was right down the road at the roller hockey rink that I grew up playing in. Did 1 to 2 pickup games and then went to Russia in June of 2018.
That's crazy.
That is insane.
That was my first ever ball hockey tournament was in Russia.
Oh my God.
Wow, you really went all in.
Was it like a world tournament or like for USA?
It was the WBHF one. So
okay.
it was that one. And they were having trouble getting girls to go to Russia. And me, because don't think things through all the time, I'm like, yeah, I'll go to Russia. What's the worst that could happen? But you know what? When I went there, there's a couple girls on the team that I'm still really good friends with who still play on our women's A team with me for that we do tournaments. So like Megan Lavery, she's on our USA team this past year. I met her in Russia for the first time. Sid Williams, Whitley Nichols, like we still are all in that group from that Russia tournament. And we still play together. So it's kind of funny how far we come. But so, yeah, 2018. And then from there, somehow Jason Kelly finds me on a Russian feed playing on the cement in Russia. And he's like, you got to come out to Beach Bash. And I'm like, Beach Bash? Sure. That's fun.
Sounds better than Russia.
Yeah, a little different from Russia.
Yeah,
A
I
little
was like,
sunnier.
but where are the underground fight clubs? Like, I got invited to do an underground fight club in Russia. Do we have those at Beach Bash? No. Anyway, so...
Did you actually?
Yeah.
And did you win? Actually, I guess we don't talk about it, right?
So we had this cute little Russian kid. He was like our tour guide or like safety guide. And we got like recruited by this little mob and they're like, oh, like come to a Russian, fight club. And he's like, he literally comes out of nowhere and like comes out like, come on, let's go. Time to go. And we're just like, oh, we're just making friends. The Czechs were with us, like some of the Slovak and Czech guys. And they're like, no, we need to keep walking. Like we don't do Russian underground fight
Russian
clubs.
mob.
So
Missed opportunity.
I think we need a full episode at another point on your Russia experience here. Like
That's just insane.
Before everything now, I had a great time in Russia. So, and I have to say, it introduced me to ball hockey. So I'm like,
Wow.
it was awesome.
I wonder, like Russia, have they ever played in like the ISBHF tournaments, like ever? Like I don't even remember.
I don't think they have now.
Yeah.
They only do the WBH ones when they're in Russia.
Yeah.
Literally
It could be a little
when
hard to
they're
get
in
them
I
out
was
of
gonna say they probably
ISBHF
wouldn't be
now.
allowed to play now, but like
Yeah.
before then, you would have thought they might have had a team
They
or
have a
something.
lot of hockey players in Russia, but I guess there's
It's
a lot of
ice.
ice, so
Yeah.
they don't really have a need to play ball hockey.
100%.
Yeah.
the first ISBHF World Championships in 1996, Russia finished in 6th place, and they have not played in one since. So they
This
got
is the
one.
year I was born.
They
They
took
got,
that loss hard.
one in. One and done.
But
Wow.
yeah, so
a lot
that
more
was an
Russia talk than I was
experience.
expecting today.
From there, obviously got into the cool hockey events with Jason, found my, a misfit women's A team to play with, got into the tournaments and just started playing and got recruited for the 2019 USA Ball Hockey. It wasn't USA Ball Hockey formally at the time because it wasn't technically formed, but
the Ashy
we
teams.
did that in Slovakia in 2019. That was my first ISBHF World Tournament. I think that's when I met a bunch of the girls too, that were on the teams that also played some ice hockey that I knew that played ball hockey, but I played against an ice, had no idea, and just kind of got roped into it. The tournaments, it literally happened so fast. Before I knew it, I was playing in Holiday Bash, in North Americans, in this all, and I was still playing pro at the time too. So I was doing a little mix match of when I could do ball hockey tournaments versus when I could play in my pro ice hockey games. But But you know what I found is I found that playing ball hockey supplemented my ice hockey so well. I got better with my ice hockey game because I played ball hockey, not only because of the cardio aspect, the ball handling skills, the decision making, how you think the game. It helps so much in my ice hockey. And that's something that I never expected were to even happen.
I was kind of the reverse of you. I started with ball hockey and then played ice hockey. And I always thought like my stick handling skills as a kid was like way better than the kids I was playing ice hockey with because I started with ball hockey. And like, I don't know. I thought I was like smarter too for some reason playing. Like, I don't know if that translates exactly, but yeah, I kind of had the reverse effect. But it was, yeah, it's kind of interesting how people, you know,
it complements each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it kind of does though, Tej. Like, because ball hockey, a lot of the times you have to slow the game down, right? And if you're going into ice hockey, a lot of times you just think it's go as fast as you can, up and down, versus trying to spread out the game, slow the game down. So it definitely makes you think about it a little bit differently.
Well, I think too, like just like with ice hockey players, like it's a good opportunity in the off seasons to get on the rink and play. Ice isn't always available in the summer for everyone, so more opportunities to get on the rink and actually play. It's only going to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember just like getting chirped like in college hockey. Like they're like, "You play ball hockey?" Like kids on my team, and I'm like, "Yeah." Like, have you guys never played that?
Yeah,
like,
we got before.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm literally better than all now." Just but they would like talk, like look down on it so much, and I'm like, "Dude, like."
Well, the roller hockey players look down on it too, and I'm like, guys, you're just rolling around. You don't even have to stop at all. Like, come on. I've gotten more into roller hockey now, actually. Back in full circle back into it, but they're just they make fun of the ball hockey players. I'm like, guys, you literally slash hack more than any ball hockey player that I've ever seen. But point being is that my goal at the time was be on a USA team, play on an Olympic team. That never panned out, which is okay. But when the ball hockey opportunity came about, I was like, okay, this is still the same dream, but I can just do it in a different form, right? So that's what I thought was so cool about the USA ball hockey putting on. It's the same feeling you get as, no matter anytime you're wearing a USA jersey, you still get that feeling of pride, and that's what you want, right? So all the hard work that I did to try to make an Olympic team, I can still attribute that to making a USA ball hockey team, right? Like none of that was wasted. Those hours, all that time, it wasn't wasted because I can actually put it into USA ball hockey, right? And that's kind of like when I was talking to my friends, like Sarah Houston might have been my first pro ice hockey friend that I grabbed over to ball hockey. And I'm like, come play ball hockey with me. I promise you're going to have fun. The people are awesome. You're going to love it. We can bring in more ice players, get a group going. And that's just kind of like what we've done. We've told our ice friends, our college ice friends about this, that, hey, even if you don't want to play pro ice hockey, you can still play hockey in another aspect and be just as competitive.
It's cool. Like, would you say you play the most ball hockey now out of the three types of hockey? Like, where are they at right now? Because I know you play everything in a lot.
So I probably do everything you can imagine in every type of hockey. So ball hockey, right? Play ball hockey. I play goalie sometimes for ball hockey. I play, on the DC women's, I'm their goalie, right? For the ambush. I ref ball hockey. I'll do the tournaments. I play out in ball hockey. I play a lot of roller now. I play roller hockey a lot. So I do roller hockey tournaments. I did my first roller hockey tournament a couple weeks ago in 20 years. Right. So I do roller hockey. I play ice hockey every now and again. But I play more ice hockey goalie than I do skating out because it's more fun. You get to slide around and wear pads and wear cool equipment. Right. Like I always wanted to be a goalie because the equipment's awesome. Right. like it's so much fun.
Gianni, any word?
I play goalie because I have to, because I was terrible at playing out. So I don't think I didn't really have a choice. That's just what the universe gave to me.
Did you even want to run out though?
I was a terrible runner.
I remember our Bruins team.
It was embarrassing. Okay.
I'm a little bit better now as an adult, but I could not run as a kid.
He waddled. He didn't know how to run. He waddled out there.
Looked like You're pretty athletic. I saw the starfish. Everyone did.
Yeah, I can. My vertical's great. It's just my front and back. It's needed some work.
Still does.
Well, because when I stand, Vinny's like this too. I stand with like my feet like out at like a 45-degree angle, which is not very conductive for running. But for a goalie, like it's like a good goalie stance because I'm like standing wide.
True.
So it's good for like being like in my pads and like shuffling around. But for running, it's not pretty.
It's kind of crazy. You played ice goalie, like, and you started as a player, right? Like on
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just kind of, you don't see that as often. Where in ball hockey, you just throw the pads on, like anyone.
I think there's something wrong.
All goalies got a little something wrong.
Who purposely goes from an ice hockey player to want to be an ice hockey goalie as an adult?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I feel like I've seen it the other way around. Like I've seen goalies transition to playing out, but I feel like I don't see a lot of.
Well, I just like to do things within hockey that are challenging. So I've skated out my entire life. Like that's boring to me now. Now reffing ball hockey is challenging to me. Playing goalie in ice hockey is challenging to me because I don't have any training. I don't have any technical skills. It's just me trying to pick it up, right? But yeah, I mean, I have a mix of, I play, ice goalie 2 times a week. I play ice player maybe once a week, and I play ball hockey once every 2 or 3 weeks, depending on when NBHL games are.
So basically you're immersed in this world of hockey. You're playing 3 different types, every position imaginable, nonstop. And then Elite pops up and you said, actually, I want to do more. And you decide to apply for the commissioner job. Like what, Elite, this is our second year of Elite. It's a new thing for us. And just curious, like what made you interested? Why did you want to be involved? Like what were your goals with just applying and what you wanted to make happen with Elite?
Yeah. So when I saw that position go up, I've like I said, I've been immersed in playing, right? I've been on the player side this entire ball hockey career, you want to say, right? But now, I mean, I want to understand how everything works. I want to understand how the NBHL is run. How are they so successful? This seems like a great opportunity to get into something that is going to be successful. That was my mindset. It's going to be challenging. This is going to be new for me. I haven't been in a position on the other side of ball hockey to actually grow a division and make a division with you guys. So there's a lot of momentum in the women's ball hockey world right now, especially coming off the first gold medal. We have a lot of newer players coming into the game from the World's Tournament that aren't necessarily in any NBHL teams. And how do we continue to grow our players that are very high level, but maybe aren't on the national team yet, or have tried out, didn't make it? How do we keep growing what your vision of Elite was, right? So I'm like, I've got some good connections. I know a lot of ice hockey players, the coaches in the ball hockey world. I feel like I have some good relationships that will be really good that I can bring to the NBHL, right? And I think, Ant, like when we spoke the first time about it, you were like, I'm a little surprised you applied because I didn't expect, you to apply. I'm like, why not? Like, I love the NBHL. It's so much fun to play in, and I've played in, I've been in the championships, 2 years before, or 2 years in a row, and it's just a blast. It's awesome, except for when it rains. And so now I have a good understanding of what the players thought about it. I have my thoughts about it, kind of seeing it from not being involved with it. And now I can talk to you guys, to Anthony, about what he thought about it and what they need to make it better. And that's ultimately why I wanted to be a part of the Women's Elite NBHL, is because I really felt like we had so so much momentum to grow it right at the perfect time that if I didn't jump on the opportunity, I'd regret it. And I believed in the product. I believe in the product, right? So I wanted to hop on board. I saw what you guys were doing, and I'm like, wow, this could be a really good opportunity.
Well, I think it has a lot to do with creating opportunities for players that might not have existed before, and also for us to have a really condensed atmosphere for us to showcase the best sports. So like, there's Men's A that exists, and it's, those teams are incredible, but it's 4 different tournaments, 4 different times of the year, different people run those tournaments. We're not involved in any way whatsoever. So, we show up, we play, we have a great time, but we don't really have anything to do with those tournaments in the sense of organization.
Well, I don't know what you're saying. I was in charge of the live stream for the Edison tournament. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Oh,
so take it back.
I take that back. But for us, like we've seen this, tier 1, tier 2, we've seen it all grow. And we're starting to see a lot of really good players pop up from areas where you're like, oh, they don't really have the opportunity to play. They might not have that connection. They might not know people. So Men's Elite is an opportunity to give those players an opportunity, as well as bring the players together that already do play together. And like, like the guys on the Americans, they've been on the same team together since they were probably 7 years old. Like now they're playing against each other for probably the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they have in local leagues and stuff, but at a high level, they are always on the same team. So for us, I think it's just an opportunity to really bring together our best talent that we have in the whole league. And also, I think from a media standpoint, it gives us the ability to really just
market the game.
Yeah. Market the game, take it to the next level. And I don't know.
While all kind of trending towards the pro style model, you know, eventually that, we'd love to get to. So
yeah. I mean, we call it the pro style model because the goal is to make it professional. And we've got some work to do here, but this is if we want to make it to happen, we believe that this is the step we have to take. But yeah, anything I missed there from either of you?
No, we just want it to be the best version of the NBHL.
Yeah.
This looking at the teams and the rosters on both the men's and the women's sides, looks like the best to me.
Yeah, and I think to the point you brought up about the men's A and the women's A teams that go to those tournaments, right? Your point with, most of these players play on the same team with the same guys and girls all the time. They're, 3 years, right? So the draft style is such a cool option, right? It's fresh, it's new. For me personally, I got excited about the draft format because now I have an opportunity to play with players on Girls Just Want to Have Fun, who's a top women's A team that I don't usually get to whenever we play in, cool hockey events, right? I get to play with some of these other players that I always play against. And same with being on my team, right? I try to make the best possible women's A team to play in these tournaments. Well, now I'm going to have to play against Becky Dobson instead of playing with her, right? Number 1 pick.
It all builds off last year's women's elite was honestly an experiment of sorts. We came up with this idea and we thought it was going to be great, and we were really excited about it, but you never know how it's going to go. And seeing how much the women embraced it that were a part of it, and it was only 2 weekends, but it felt like more than that. It felt like it was a longer season to me than only 2 weekends, and it went super well. I thought the teams were just, they all kind of formed their own identity, which was cool. Everyone just, they just embraced it. And I think it made it easy to build off for this year. There's a lot of momentum. And I think you coming in, I think I can speak for all of us here. It's been really, really great. The teams are fantastic. And the GMs you got are like
Ben Burger.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
The Burger Master.
Yeah.
Like, come
Wow.
on.
Man, that guy was tough to get. Jeez.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's gone great, and I mean, we haven't even had a game yet. Like, we're getting closer to it. At the time of us filming this, we're about like 6 weeks out. It's kind of crazy.
God, we're 6 weeks out.
Yeah, it's insane.
I don't think in weeks.
I had a mini freak out moment about it. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I thought I actually didn't text you. And I was like, when do we need to get the rest of the jerseys in? Like, we need to get the jerseys in now.
I sensed that a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I need the jerseys.
For anyone listening, we do have the first samples.
Yes, we did
will
look at
figure
samples.
out a reveal, but they're sick.
It looks like.
But so expectations wise, like going into the first weekend, like what are you thinking? What are you expecting? Like for the full season, like what do you think is going to happen? What do you want to happen?
So kind of backing it up a little bit, my first goal was for Elite to get to work from the top down almost, right? So I thought, I was like, if I can get high level GMs and coaches, that's going to already set the expectation level above where it was last year, right? People are going to be drawn into that. So first order of business for me was lock down those GMs. Fortunately enough, we have 4 awesome GMs and their assistant coaches that were so willing to help and wanting to be a part of it. Like, couldn't have asked for better people, right? So going into the first weekend, well, first of all, I think with a little bit of sneak peek that I've seen with the jerseys, the designs are unbelievable. Right.
Shout out Strive.
So we're going to look, all the men's and the women's elite teams are going to look amazing out there, right? That it's going to catch people's eyes. People are going to want to see. It's going to look great on our new live stream that's going to be out. They're going to look phenomenal. And I know, like, one of the biggest things from last year, the girls in the Hyenas were like, we hate the Hyenas jerseys. I was like, guys, we can't, like, I mean, we'll do what we can, but without saying too much, like, the Hyenas jerseys are my favorites now.
Yeah, I agree.
The alternate Hyenas jerseys, I think, is my favorite out of all the women's jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a nice rebrand.
All the Hyenas players out there, if I hear any complaints, like, it's going in one ear, out the other.
Yep.
But, so, first of all, it's going to look and it's going to feel, when in that first weekend in New Jersey, it's going to feel like you're stepping into something that's bigger than just you. Okay. And when you walk in, there's going to be, you know, the big banners, there's going to be the posters of the players, of the sponsors, you know, Napper's going to be out there. We're going to have it all decorated. It's going to feel like this is one of the biggest weekends you're going to walk into, right? Besides a World's tournament. And we're going to make sure that there's going to be some team setups. We got some team individual, like, areas, places like that, so the teams can get together. But obviously we want fans to come in. We want it to feel like this is the first weekend, be one of the biggest ball hockey tournaments of the year, where you can see the highest level of players, right, in one area. Okay. And we want it to be like, yeah, like, pick a team, pick a player, right, that you want to root for, whether it's a family member, a friend. If you just like a jersey, right, fine, like, pick that. We want it to be interactive too. So even for the players, like, when you come in, you're going to see your friends, you know, you're going to see your teammates, you're going to see the people you're playing against, and you're going to be able to watch the games because there's going to be back-to-back games. You're going to be watching everyone there, right? So, and one of the things that I love that with the men's elite that you guys added is it's kind of like a brother-sister team. I know we didn't really talk about that, but maybe guys give some, like, thoughts on how that came about. Like, what was the thought process on the men's team names?
I think I want to take credit for coming up with the brother-sister team name idea.
Go ahead.
Take it.
I mean, my thought, because something that was explained to me was about, like, other levels of sports. Like, if there was a minor level of football and it was just like the Texas, Lone Stars and the Philadelphia, Liberty Bells or whatever, I wouldn't care about those two teams.
Good names, though.
But if it was the minor league affiliates of the Eagles and the Cowboys playing against each other, I would be into that. Like, I would care because it's teams that I'm familiar with that I associate like with, good and bad memories with, that I want to get like into that. And so I feel like we wanted to foster that same level of familiarity with the men's and women's teams, not having it straight up be the same names, but still have like in the same realm where you can say, okay, like these are related. If I'm rooting for one, I'm kind of rooting for both. Like these are both, like I'm in both of these teams' corners. And so we settled on like what the team names and like the affiliations
took us
are
forever.
now.
Team
my God, it took
crazy.
us so long. I feel like the women's names came a lot easier to us.
Yes.
Last year, there was a lot of,
I think
don't want to say
took us from like
about the men's
November
names
to like, I don't even know when we actually decided. Like March. I don't even know. It was pretty late.
Well, because with the women's names, we were kind of free to do whatever. Like we were just like, all right, this sounds cool. It looks good. Like we have a cool logo idea. Like great. And then we kind of put ourselves in this corner with the men's team's names. Like, all right, well, now we have 4 established names and brands that we kind of have to link this to. Like, how do we do that? But I think it all turned out really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we had our tournament in Columbus last year, it was what, a 7.5 hour drive?
Yeah, it was November. That's why I said November. I remember us just spitballing team names, sir. Yeah.
How many hours of that conversation I guess not the way back, but
the way back was just complete silence, no music, everyone sleeping but me.
But the way there, how many hours did we spend talking team names? Like it was a lot.
I don't even remember.
And then we had multiple meetings here. Like it was a process, and then they came out and people were like, these names suck. And I'm like, well, whatever, we tried our best.
You were going to say that anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I remember a lot of times when I do things like this, I'll try to text like people that are not involved in ball hockey at all and be like, what is your opinion of this? Because you don't care at all. And I texted one of my buddies and I said, what do you think of these 4 team names? And he said, I hate all of them. I was like, oh, that's cool. So I said, all right, well, I'm going to do the branding for them. And once we have the logos, I want to see if your opinion's different. I sent him the logos. I said, what do you think now? And he's like, okay, I like them all. Yeah. I'm like, okay. So, because like if we had come out with the names first,
I think we had that discussion. We were like, dude, if the name itself doesn't do enough, you need the logo, you need the jersey, the brand, whatever.
So they came together. I'm happy with them because we have, last year with women's, we did like angels are like
air
in the air, novas are in the space, hyenas land, orcas ocean, like. That kind of came together pretty naturally too. Like I don't think we originally intended for that until we kind of got deeper into the names. Like, wait, we can kind of separate these like this, and it works out. So for men's, we have Mariners,
the ocean,
with the ocean, with the orcas, Greyhounds, hyenas, Comets and Novas, and then Apollo, which was the most difficult name to come up with.
That was the toughest one for sure.
Yeah, and the Angels.
Yeah,
and I think that was like also the one where like. If we had put out just the names, people would be like, what is Apollo?
Yeah.
Like that one had to have the logo that went with it.
Yeah.
And that's my that's my second favorite one after the Mariners, obviously.
Okay.
But going into it, I liked that logo a lot.
Yeah, their jerseys came out really good too.
And we draw a lot of inspiration from like the Premier Lacrosse League and like their team names. Like we were like, just if you look at the team names, like the Whip Snakes.
Yep.
What the hell is a whip snake? Like Archers, like Atlas is one of their team names. Like the names on their own, it's like, what could that possibly be? And then you see logos, like, okay, that makes sense. Like that looks cool. So we were hoping it would be received the same way. I'd say generally it was. I know that there are definitely teams that are more favored in their logo than others, but.
And we avoided any NBHL team to the best.
Yeah, wait, that's the other thing that we got to talk about.
You have so many NBHL teams, like
250 names that we just had to strike off the list right off the bat.
Well, even that with the color schemes, right, of the teams, like you have 250 teams, like you're gonna find something that is similar, right? No, but I think they're all gonna look really good out there. So I'm super excited to see how it all pans out. Is there anything you guys are really looking forward to see how it is in the first weekend?
I mean, for men, we just haven't seen it before.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm curious, like I said, the women embraced it so well. Like, are we going to see the same thing from the men's players? I've been getting feedback. It seems like people are pretty into this. People are pretty excited. I've had a lot of people text me and wishing they had signed up that, after the draft happened, they were like, damn, I wish I did that. And I'm like, I told you, this is going to be really cool. Like, this is going to be different than anything you've ever experienced in ball hockey. And like, that's why we appreciate the players who did and have signed up, because like, you're trusting us to put on this show that like, it's hard to explain something to someone that they've never seen. Now we'll have more proof of concept this year, and people be like, oh, that's what I missed out on. Maybe that's...
And that's kind of what happened with the women, I'm sure. And, with your help, of course, getting the good, top players, I think, I don't know. We'll probably see a similar thing happen, with the men going into next year.
Yeah. I'll say the Mariners, we just started our group chat not too long ago, and the fellas seem pretty excited for it. So I'm going to say another aspect that I get to play in it now for the first time as well. So I get to experience it both as someone on this side of the table and as a player.
I don't know if we told the story on the other podcast, but when we were doing the draft, I am in the office doing it, and then everyone else is out in like our media area kind of just listening and maybe prepping graphics, because we did the draft at 7, we went live at 9:30. So we had like the draft ended at like 8:30, and we had like an hour to prep everything. And I've never seen Gianni as stressed as I saw him waiting to get picked for that draft.
Oh my God.
I legitimately lost a lot of nights of sleep worrying if I was going to get drafted or not. I was so nervous.
He was like, it was at one point in the draft, I came out and he had not been picked yet. And he was literally just like, they're like, just like this. Like, he looked so distraught. And then when he came out, I literally walked out and he was just like, the biggest weight was lifted off his shoulders.
That's like, it is stressful though. Like, I had people texting me like, oh my gosh, like I don't even before the draft, they're like, I don't know if I'm going to get drafted. Like, I think I'm going to get drafted. And these are high level players. Be like,
I love that.
Cause I'm like, yeah, like our signups are really high. Like I'm getting some Canadians to sign up, things that they're like, am I going to get drafted? I was like, I don't know. I'm not the GMs. I can't tell you.
Probably not.
I was like, you might not. Sorry. But no, to the point where like getting all the people and the players to sign up, I think there's almost like an unspoken, like, I can't thank the players enough. Even those who didn't get drafted this year, even if those who didn't get drafted, those players pushed players to get drafted.
Yeah.
For players who don't get drafted, like, trust me, it sucks. Nobody would not, like, I can't speak for them personally, but I just hope that these players, because anyone really could have gotten drafted. It's wishy-washy, right? Come back and make Elite even better for next season. So if I'm someone that's like, I was right on the cusp maybe, and I'm like, okay, like I'm looking at the rosters, I'm like, oh, these are some pretty good rosters. How can I get better? I want to play next season. How do I get into, the Elite? I want to get drafted. I want to get better. I'm going to play more or work on this or work on that. I'm going to maybe even come out and watch the Elite and learn from them. That would be my mindset if I'm someone who, or even was like, maybe not sure. You keep playing. We're bringing the best players out here, and I'm just so excited for this Elite season to start. I think it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fired up.
Yeah. I mean, we were at the rink last week checking it out.
Yeah, you guys saw it. You guys can actually visualize it.
But yeah, that was my first time at the rink in Edison. It looks really nice, and hopefully we decorate the shit out of it.
Yeah, no, we are.
We'll suspend Gianni up at the top. He'll be hanging. We can like get him like a little rope swing or something. Just
I want
a banner.
For the games that I start, I want to be like lowered from the ceiling into the crease
in your starfish pose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
all the
that'd
way
be
down.
Perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't seem worth the investment, but yeah, I guess we got to do it.
Yeah, ropes and stuff are like like Mariner related, right? Like you're.
We could put on a whole show where Gianni's a Mariner and he's going to like fork the orca, right? We'll just get some.
Wow.
Right?
True.
You
Harpoon.
the orca, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
would be the
Moby
orca,
Dick.
I guess, right?
Oh, true.
I'll be in the whale suit. Gianni will be the Mariner. How about that? We'll put on a whole
I
thing.
think there is New Jersey. There's a team, the Whales, in the women's division. I think they have a mascot. I think I've seen someone bring like a whale mascot. We can.
Well, I was just gonna say I heard a rumor that one of the Elite teams has a mascot, so we'll see.
Is that true?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, that would be sick.
I'm not going to say who it is, but we'll see if they come through with it. But
Wouldn't be surprised.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. How did you feel doing the draft live?
Oh my gosh, I was so nervous.
I was too.
Oh my gosh, like going through my mind, I was like, why did these guys pick me? I was like, we shouldn't have done this. And then, but you know what? I've gotten so many people to be, because announcing yourself is just awkward. So I'm like, I got to make it funny. And they're like,
Yeah.
you did a great job when you announced yourself. That was the funniest
That
moment.
was so funny.
I was like,
me.
you know what? Like, yeah, it is what it is. You just got to come out there and just be like, boom, here we go. But I think some people wanted more. Like next year, I feel like we can put on a little bit more of a draft show. But it was exciting. I was like ready to go. I was like, this is so fun. Honestly, it was just fun. Even doing the draft with the GMs was exciting because I'm like, you know, like I'm getting texts here and there. I'm like, well, we don't know who's going to get picked next. I'm getting different texts from the, you know, from some of the GMs and whatnot. Like it's just a chatterbox. And then it's exciting because it's just like, you just don't know who's going to get picked. Right.
It's like fantasy football night.
It's adrenaline. It was awesome. I thought it went so well though.
You had the benefit too, because we did the men's draft the night before, and there were a couple of hiccups that we ran into. On the production side, we felt like the women's draft was like, we nailed it. We pitched a perfect game that night.
Yeah, that was, we were fired up after that.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, that went as well as it probably could have for us.
The women going second definitely was good for the production wise, but I mean, the men's draft went really well too, right? My favorite was when it rolled to Ann and he wasn't even knowing he's on camera. And he's like, oh, we're making a pick. Okay.
And then you just hear me yell, go. Or something.
Oh my God. Something popped up on my phone. Here, what happened was something popped up on my phone that was relevant to Elite. And I was reading it so the difference between, I know it's not a good excuse, but really the two reasons are, one, I didn't have any sound, so I couldn't hear anything. So I was just watching, I was just locked in on this screen. And like after a certain amount of time, I'm just looking at a screen where I can't hear. I just see, Timmy Ryan talking. At a certain point, I just checked my phone. It popped up on my laptop that I was watching it on. I saw it. So I looked at my phone and then I heard go. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, not my best. Not my best.
Looking back, we could have done a lot of different things to make sure you knew exactly when to go.
We're going to get like a goal siren installed next time. We got a whole year to prepare for that next one.
But yeah, the draft was fun. Do you want to go into a little bit why we did the draft the way that we did? I don't think we need to tell every pick. Obviously, that's why we did it the way we did. But just, there's a lot of feedback on how we should do the draft. Some people wanted it all live, which production-wise, let me know, impossible. But I mean, do you want to go into that a little bit? How it happened?
Like the snake draft, or just kind of the whole thought process.
I mean, like in terms of like, we only showed the top 8 picks, right?
Yeah.
We had 84 people get picked. So there's a lot of people that don't know their draft position and will not know their draft position.
Correct.
I think there's a lot of reasons for that.
Unless they pay me, and then maybe I'll tell them, but
Yeah, Venmo Murph, how much?
Like $5 if you want to know your pick. $5.
Wow. Okay. Well, there you have it. If you want to know,
we'll set up a booth at the Elite weekend. Like there'll be a Venmo code. It'll be Murph sitting behind it.
I'll put my Venmo up if you want to know your pick. If I get all the picks, that's $80 right there.
Next year, there's a premium registration where you get to find out where you got picked.
You get to sit in on the draft team.
Extra $100.
Oh my gosh, a VIP draft.
Yeah.
You get to come to the NBHL office to experience it.
Oh, there we just rent out an auditorium, get everybody to fly out.
But I mean, I think like when we were all talking about it, I know we there was very early discussions of just trying to like, okay, how do we showcase, the top X amount of picks, right? And really that was you guys coming up with that idea. Like we were thinking about too, we're like, okay, how many is too much? Or, without knowing, right, how exactly this production is going to be put on. We're like, top 8, that's good. Each team gets a decent amount of screen time, but really we want to showcase the players, right? That we want to showcase the top level players that get picked and get people excited about. They get these social media posts, things like that, right? Because we want to draw people in, and by you guys making that production, like it was just so exciting. Right? Like you get to know a little bit of the player, you get to know where they played, who they played for, a little analysis with our analysts coming in. But there's a lot of ideas that we can make it very interactive, which would be cool.
I actually heard of actual draft, I don't want to call it a party, but draft gatherings of people watching with people to
great.
When they got picked and stuff,
That's
which
awesome.
I didn't expect, but that was cool. Shows signs that people are embracing it, it was just, I don't know.
What time? We went live at 9:30? Is that what time?
Yeah.
Or 8:30?
9:30.
9:30. Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
Thursday night or something.
Well, the intro was great too. You recording that intro was awesome because it drew you in. That was really cool.
Ty, how long did that intro take us to do? That 2 minutes of me talking? Yeah.
It's an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, at least an hour and a half. Yeah. There's a lot of bloopers on that.
I'll say one other, I think, understated part about the production side of the draft is that we felt like we had to do it that night. The draft happened at 7 and we went live at 9:30. That was late because we needed that time, but we felt like if we waited for the morning, we would kind of lose the momentum and also maybe get some picks leaked that we didn't want to happen. We wanted people to find out what team they were on the live stream. We didn't want them to get a text from someone and be like, "Oh yeah, you're a Mariner."
Yeah, I mean if they're we're just going to make them sign NDAs next year, and then we'll have a full draft.
But yeah, I mean, first weekend coming up, couple weeks, 6 weeks now in Edison. Scheduled out, each team's going to play 5 games. They'll play 3 Saturday. Working on a social event Saturday night. Each team will play 2 games Sunday, and then they're home. So 5 games that first weekend. Second weekend in Pittsburgh, they'll play 3 on Saturday to wrap up their regular season at 8 total games. Then we get to the playoffs on Sunday, which are single loss elimination. So Edison, New Jersey, first weekend, August 23rd, 24th, Murraysville, Pennsylvania, second weekend, November 1st and 2nd. And still a lot to do, but
we're getting there.
Rosters are on the website now. If you guys want to go check them out,
nice.
They are.
Good
Rosters, teams, coaches, staff.
Schedules.
Oh,
Yep. So everything is on the website live.
I'm sure we're going to get some more social media posts out there. There's going to be some things brewing on the social media pages. So let's definitely make sure to keep an eye on those too, because we'll definitely start hyping it up more as it gets a little bit closer.
But yeah, everything's going great. I heard TJ, you might have a question.
I might have a question. Sophomore year at Northeastern, 34 penalty minutes. What happened that year?
I'm a bruiser. I don't know why. I'm not a skilled player.
Fair enough. Just curious.
Yeah. I know there's actually a video that I still have. It might still be on my Instagram. And it probably sums up my season where I get sent to the box and I throw a water bottle at the glass. And that pretty much sums up the sophomore season.
I've been there. Yep.
I've mellowed down. I mean, guys, this was a long time ago. It was 10 years ago, okay? I mellowed down a lot. I mellowed down in the past 2 years, and Anthony knows that.
Yeah, our email threads are a lot more civil now than they were a few years ago. I think we used that clip of you throwing the water bottle.
Deanna did find that one. It's in the video. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, where did you find this? I guess you found it on your Instagram.
She definitely found it on my Instagram. What a blessing she looked at my Instagram.
All right. Well, you had 34. You had 34 penalty minutes in 36 games. I had 56 in 24 games my freshman year.
Holy shit.
I was a hothead.
Wow. Look who's talking.
I was not a good boy. I would just mouth off to the refs every single time. That was just
A lot
10
of
minutes.
A lot
10
of
minutes.
misconduct minutes there. Yeah.
I think we got a new rep right here.
But Murph, thank you so much for doing this. We will be doing this again before the start of the Elite weekend, where we will dive into the teams, some of the players, some of the matchups, things like that, and get more in depth on that component. But otherwise, thanks for listening. And Murph, thanks so much for being a part.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate coming on. And I'm looking forward to the next pod we do, where we dive into a little bit more about the teams and what we think. I think that's going to be really exciting to talk about.
Do we expect you to make the drive for that next one?
I mean, maybe. Depends on when we do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair.
We'll see.
All right. Well, you know where to find us. Commish Chat on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Follow us.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Go Mariners.